You have received a new message.
Commander, I see you have purchased the necessary party supplies. When you are ready, you can send invitations from your private terminal. Commander, I see you have purchased the necessary party supplies. When you are ready, you can send invitations from your private terminal.
Shepard, I thought we could experience an afternoon of acquiring material possessions for our associates.
Shopping? I guess we could. Did you have a place in mind?
Physical proximity is unnecessary. The extranet provides a greater variety of services while retaining entertainment value. Jeff has lent me his credit chit on the condition that I enjoy myself and, quote, live it up like a girly girl.
Huh. You don't have money of your own?
I am not formally employed. I have no legal standing in Citadel space. I could turn to crime, but that would look bad on a resume.
We'll get you your own funds sometime. But today, what's first?
I believe Jeff would be surprised and pleased if I got him a gift. What would you recommend?
Start with something both of you can enjoy. What do you do together?
We interact most closely when we are flying. It occurs to me that he does not have a sky car for traveling around the Presidium. Here, the 2187 Blackout has a top speed of 650 kilometers per hour, making it the most powerful sports sky car in its class.
That sounds like it'll get Joker's blood pumping.
5-year warranty? Replacement parts?
No, wait!
I fail to see what is wrong.
When you buy someone a present, it's best not to bankrupt them. You want to rent.
I see. Perhaps for a day or a weekend, then.
Who's next?
You are. Close your eyes.
Are we getting married?
No. There is a jeweler on the Citadel who produces these. They're made from metals from each council homeworld. Each metal compounds with the last, making the rings stronger. He calls them victory rings. Due to material shortages, only a few exist.
Rare is nice. Unique is better.
Are you Valuing me?
It's the thought that counts. And you had a good one.
I have heard that expression. That's why I recorded a resonance map of my quantum bit arrays when I had the idea. If you read my extensive log files and extrapolate from my nitrogen vacancy centers, you can visualize the thought precisely.
That's a long way for a joke, Edie.
Did I have you for a few seconds there?
Not even close. Who's next?
I was thinking of something for Liara.
Hey, got any plans for the evening?
No. I'm as free as the dust in the solar wind. You remember that line? From Fleet and Flotilla? Shalai and Bellicus on the balcony?
I don't think I've ever seen that. Did...
What? You've never... How could you not have? Well, I know what we're doing tonight.
But Shalai, we can never be together. I have my duty, and you have your people.
Not tonight. Tonight, I'm as free as the dust in the solar wind.
So you've watched this a lot, huh?
Every time my friends and I had a sleepover. Kila, so many feelings.
Yeah, it's, yeah. Definitely.
When this is done, I'll send you links to extranet sites with some captioned animations. I want you to see behind this mask. I want you to see who I truly am.
I already have.
She had an infection for 3 weeks after filming this scene.
Totally worth it. We are gathered here to honor the life of Thane Kreos. Thane touched each of our lives in different ways. The Counselor knew him as a hero. The Normandy's crew knew him as a brother in arms, and others as a father devoted to his son. Though his life took him to very dark places, Thane cared for the better angels of our nature. Even when he was terminally ill, he ran through worn-torn streets to reach me because he knew I needed help. You all know the results of that day. An assassin, a professional criminal, gave his life for his galaxy. And now he can rest. Would anyone else like to speak?
What I remember about Thane was his confidence. He told me once about how he remembered everything, even every mistake he made. If I did that, I'd be a nervous wreck. Thane kept it under control.
It's strange, but the last word I'd label Thane with is assassin. And we covered each other in firefights. That makes him a partner.
Thane's last stand was important. But let us also remember why Thane left the Normandy. To keep his son away from a life of crime. Deeds such as these do not go unnoticed by the universe. They echo in all who hear them. That is why I am here.
Thane took himself seriously, a trait with which I did not always agree. I tried to make him laugh on several occasions. But what I interpreted as a lack of humor was masking a great effort. Thane was turning his life around, in a way few organics do.
The day Thane came onto the Normandy, all Kelly and I knew about him was that he could probably kill us all with a ballpoint pen. But after you got to know him, there wasn't any reason to be afraid. He let you know where you stood. Kolyat, do you,
When I was little, I thought my father had it all figured out. He said men must be loyal to their friends and dangerous to their enemies. But when he prevented me from hurting someone, he had changed. He said enemies and ego are not as important as loved ones. I didn't want to hear it. I was lost. I called him a hypocrite in 1,000 different ways. Said that he was going soft. Now, I think maybe he did have it all figured out. That's all I can say. If anyone would like to continue, we'll be here.
Looks like people are starting to clear out.
Commander, thank you for holding this event. In time, it will be a good memory.
I don't know if I'll be as philosophical about it. It's still kind of raw.
I understand. If you will excuse me, I should take this opportunity to speak with the counselor.
About what?
He is feeling grateful, and I want to point out there are some Solarian biologists who need funding. If anyone would be able to create a breakthrough in the treatment of Keppel syndrome, it would be them.
If you need someone to hold the counselor's feet to a fire, I'm there.
I appreciate the offer, but Counselor Valorn has recently orated about funding science during wartime. My odds are good. Oh, before I go, I was organizing my father's possessions, and I came upon copies of video messages he tried to send you. I sent them to your extranet address. I hope they help more than they hurt. Until we meet again, Commander.
Shepard, I suppose I should thank you for my freedom. Leaving the Normandy was the right decision. It was saddening to see our crew go their separate ways, but it is better than answering questions in an Alliance interrogation room. I hope this message finds you well. As for me, I have moved into an apartment on the Citadel not far from Kolyat. I think the first attack I had frightened him. I will spare you the details. It seemed very dramatic at the time, but in comparison to the Omega Relay, it was a child's game. In any case, good luck getting the Alliance to listen to you. Let's keep in touch. Shepard, if you sent a message back, I didn't get it. I suppose communications from someone of my reputation would be restricted. The irony is, I am a danger to no one these days. I am even paying taxes on my investments. I can't expect Kolyat to do so if I don't. He is doing better. He has no significant other, and he is temperamental, but he is employed and staying out of crime. I can tell he is serious about changing. It has cost him more than a few friends. Send something back if you can, Shepard. I can only learn so much from news reports about you. I have tried a false identity to try to get this message through to you. We'll see if it works. I have good news and bad. The good news is that Kolyat and I took a few days to visit Earth.
Light the shade of her eyes. Shrill sound of chirping stops. I scan the ground. See two tiny bodies locked by claws.
Excuse me. As I was saying, We saw a beautiful sunset in New Mexico, and a scorpion eating a cricket. I wish you could have joined us. The bad news is, I fainted and struck my head. Kolyat has convinced me to stay at Huerta Memorial on the Citadel. I will be there from now on. I still don't want to die in a hospital, but it's where the doctors are. And Kolyat. I love him. That means I must trust him. Goodbye, Shepard. Let me say that now in case I cannot later.